Hello, start of a new vlog. It's Tuesday. I know, it's not Monday. Whatever. At the minute, I haven't really been doing the full 7 days. I think it's quite normal now for me to be taking a couple of days out. I think as long as I upload something every week, it's fine. I'm going to do a little food shop, need a couple of bits. Then I don't know what else I'm going to do this afternoon. I've got work tonight. I need to get some content bits done for Hollywood. I'm desperate because, well, by the time this video goes up, which will be Monday the 23rd? Is that right? It's right. Monday the 23rd. My new single Saboteur comes out this Friday. If you're watching this when I've uploaded it. For me, it's next Friday. But anyway. And I need to get a load of content done because I've really slacked at it last week. If you didn't watch last week's video, I basically spoke about burnout, how it's been affecting me recently. Because last week's video was very short. I filmed Monday, I filmed Tuesday, and that was it. And I filmed a bit this morning to sort of explain that in that video. Edited together, done all that. I've revamped all the Hollywood Jones socials. Because I like to do it sort of seasonally anyway. Because obviously my profile pictures have always been like a picture of me. Like a new picture of me. And then the background kind of like whatever colour I'm just fancying that season. This season is orange for the main channel, yellow for the second channel. I quite like them. I think they're quite nice and joyous for spring coming in. So that'll be nice until I inevitably change it when the summer rolls in. But yeah, I quite like it. As to say, yeah, I'm going to go get some bits from the shop so I can have some lunch. I mean, it is only like 10 to 11 to be fair, so it'll be an early lunch, but I haven't had breakfast. I've been so on and off with the whole breakfast thing. So if you've watched these vlogs from the very beginning, you know I've been trying to have these sort of non-negotiables. I'm trying to deal with executive dysfunction. Thankfully, I feel a lot better today. I've been up since about 7 o'clock. Well, probably earlier than that really, because Beth's been pottering around because she's had work early this morning since probably about 6. And I've sort of been tossing and turning since she's been up and about because I'm quite a light sleeper. So it's not like she's waking me up on purpose or like, I just feel her moving about or hear her moving about and it just naturally wakes me up. I was sort of tossing and turning and it got to about 7ish and I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just getting up. Because I get up around, to be honest with you, the whole 7:30 thing, the last couple of weeks I've been sleeping until maybe 8 or 8:30 because the 7:30 thing has been killing me off. I haven't been going to bed early enough. I won't lie, that's my own problem. I'm still going to bed at like midnight, which isn't, considering I used to go to bed between like 1 and 3. That's still an improvement for me, but I want to get back to when I was going to bed between like 10:30 and 11:30. I know 11:30's only like half an hour earlier than 12, but still. I want to try and get to bed a bit earlier again. So then these 7:30 wake-ups aren't a killer. But I also feel like I need to be planning stuff in my mornings to where getting up at that time is worth it and it feels productive because I know my mood is 10 times better if I've got something done in the morning. Like this morning, I got up at 7, I had a shower, and then did the content stuff that I put off doing yesterday because I did say in that last video, but basically I contemplated not posting the video from Monday and Tuesday last week because I was a bit like, well, what's the point? It's actually just 2 days. What's the point? It's meant to be a weekly vlog. I've done 2 days. And I thought, well, no, I don't want the video to go to waste because I went to the effort to film it. You know what I mean? And I think these vlogs have always been an opportunity for me to just talk about what's on my mind. And if I've had some guilt-free time off, well, let's just talk about that. Let's talk about why that is. Let's just continue being transparent because that's the whole point of this. It's for me to be transparent, to have an outlet. So, and I'm also somebody, if I start like a streak of something, I'm more bothered about that streak ending. No matter like for example, like my sobriety. So I'm 2 years sober now. I'm getting on for nearly 2 years in a month. Or is it now? No, tomorrow will be 2 years in a month actually, because it's the 18th. I feel like I'll never drink again, obviously for the obvious reasons as to why, but also because I have this streak and I feel like if I even attempted to have a drink again, I would feel worse about the fact that I broke the streak. I'm very competitive with myself, basically. And I've done a weekly vlog every single week for the last 2 months on YouTube. And that is the most consistent I have ever been on YouTube. In the entire time I've done it, I've had my Hollywood Jones channel since 2019. No, 2018. I opened it on my 18th birthday, 2018. And I've had Hollywood since 2019. And I used to be quite consistent on Hollywood when I first started it. Because I used to do covers on there. I used to do one every single week. And I was quite consistent with that up until COVID, I think. But in terms of being an influencer, content creator. I hate the term influencer, you know. Like, I know influencing is a part of the content creator job, but I'm not strictly an influencer. Anyway, the terminology bothers me. It shouldn't. It doesn't matter, but it does. But since doing all the content creation stuff, this is the most consistent I've ever been. Just as me. I aim to keep it up. I couldn't let the temptation of missing a week win. I had to keep up. So, I don't know. I think I might go out this afternoon or after lunch, try and shoot some content for Hollywood for Saboteur, because I'm conscious that I'm going to need to do probably at least 13 videos for the main channel, for the main like socials for Hollywood. A potential for maybe like a lyric video or something to go on YouTube, because then it'll connect with YouTube Music and my distributor and all that. There's a potential for that, which I probably should do because I did that for Chaos. So, you know, and I should have done it with like the rest of the album and stuff. And I even said that I was staying in the city and I just never did it. And one day I will, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll do that as well. I just need to plan it out, I think. I've got a couple of ideas of what, like some things I want to film for, say, the short form stuff. So there's one that I've had in my brain for like ages of doing it outside of the Stadium of Light, because of the whole standing in front of the stadium that sits at the finish line, and that's the closest stadium. Obviously, I support Liverpool and Sunderland, which a lot of Geordies seem to not agree with and seem to have a fucking issue with. Oh, it does make me laugh that, you know. So it's the Tyne and Wear derby again on Sunday. I think it's Sunday. It's this week, and it's at St James's Park. And last time we had a derby day in December, and it was obviously at home here. And my God, the fucking Geordies hated me. So I was just winding them up. But it's funny to wind people up, I think. I think I'm not a rage baiter, but I like to wind people up every now and then. I don't like making my entire content style just about rage bait, because then it's just like, you're never going to make a career out of that. But it's funny for like the odd joke, I think. But yeah, it makes me laugh as well, because I've seen stuff online before where like, say, male celebrities will go, oh, well, I support two teams. And then people go, oh, yeah, that's fair enough. You're allowed to do that. But when I say I support two teams, I get called a wanker. Oh, I don't care. I really don't care. It's so fucking funny how grown men get so wound up about it. Like, fuck me. But I think maybe this week is the week to do it at the Stadium of Light, because then maybe we'll get some angry Geordies. I don't know. But then again, do I want to deal with the hate again? It doesn't matter. Really doesn't fucking matter. I don't care enough. Yeah, I need to go do this food shop because I'm hungry. And I've just been chatting for the last 10 minutes. So I'm going to do that, have something to eat. And then I might pop down at the stadium just to see how busy it is. Because if it's busy, I ain't doing shit. Because I still get a bit anxious in public. Maybe I will. I don't know. It would literally just be a minute that I'll be filming for. Like, it's not long. I do get a bit self-conscious. I won't lie. Let's go to the shop. I'm back. Been at the shop. I'm going to put all this away. And then, you know what I've got for lunch? I'm obsessed with this. There's actually something, like, wrong with me, I think. Good morning, it's Wednesday. So yesterday, I didn't end up filming any content, but I am going to do it today. I had so much on yesterday, so I got some more housework done. So we had a load of bags behind the couch that needed to go to a charity shop, and Beth and I realised the only day we could do it was yesterday, because it's the only time we're both free this week, because we're both so rammed with everything, God knows what. Our schedule's just ridiculous at the minute. So yeah, we did that instead. I then went to work in the evening. So today's my creative day. I love Wednesdays because I get paid. I can take the day off for being creative. Wednesday is definitely my favourite day of the week. Sorry if it ends up being a bit loud, this video. I've got the washing machine on. I should have probably filmed this when that finished, but here we are anyway. Today's going to be really exciting at tea time. I need to shout over this because it's going to start banging. It's going to be really exciting because Radio 1 is back in Sunderland because Greg James is doing his Comic Relief challenge in the finishing in Sunderland today. So I'm going to go down, see what's going on. I imagine there's going to be other Sunderland-based influencers and content creators down there as well. So we'll just see what happens. I'm going to take this camera this time. I'm not filming my phone. I'm going to push myself and use the camera. I don't know how busy to expect it to be because obviously last time I went in January, it was early morning. There wasn't a lot of people about. Even like towards like the end of it, there was only like a small crowd. So I don't know how many people to expect to be here because it's going to be at like 5 o'clock. So people will be out of work and out of school and whatever to go and see him. So I think I'm going to go down at about 3ish because I need to go pick up a parcel at Holland and Barrett anyway because I have my electrolytes and this is my last one. and I've ordered some more. I just haven't picked them up yet because I've been proactive this time. I've not ran out. Well, I have technically ran out, but I've ordered them in time, should I say. Anyway, I'm going to go because this washing machine's going to start going thud, 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 thud. I think we need a new washing machine, to be honest, because that's louder than it should be. It always sounds like it's going to take off. Hello, I'm showered, I'm dressed, I'm ready for the content, sort of. I'm going to finish this. Probably have some breakfast. I should eat something. What time is it? 10. Probably as I eat, I'll charge everything up. That sounds logical to me. I've got my cargos on today as well, so that I've got a place to like store my camera. So I'm not going to take the case out with me because it's going to be too bulky, just for where I'm going, obviously later on with Greg James stuff. It's probably just easier in my pocket. Exciting day. I'm trying to work out everywhere I want to go. I need to go and get petrol. That's probably the first job. I could try and do the Stadium of Light first, because I'm going to Bolden for petrol, I think. Petrol at the minute is fucking ridiculous, can I just say. Fuck Trump. I mean, fuck Trump for multiple reasons, obviously. Right, I'm in the car. I'm trying to think of my plan. Still think I might do Stadium of Light first. It's only like, not even 10:30 yet. I'm already out, I'm busy and doing things. My aim is to try and get 13 videos for the main Hollywood. Then I've got to do multiple random spam ones. So I think I'm going to do Stadium of Light first, because then it means I can go from there to Bolden for me petrol. I want to do some at Penshire / Harrington Park, obviously because it's a big weekend and stuff like that. Plus it's just a lovely area. I don't know how busy to expect it to be. That's the only issue. I feel like confidence-wise, a lot of it's going to be like me in the car and then like looking out the window at these things. I don't know. I was thinking possibly like somewhere like Seaham as well maybe, or just down the seafront in general. I don't know. I definitely want to do Stadium of Light though. I might do a couple at Stadium of Light. Like, I might do like variations in different locations and stuff. Right, it's lunchtime. I'm hungry. Nando's keeps calling my name. I really should stop buying Nando's. I've had a little bit of money for like a week and I'm like, ooh, Nando's. Shut up. Maybe. I've filmed at the Stadium of Light. I've done a main, one for the main Hollywood stuff. I've done a couple for the spam. I've done a spam one of I don't know if you can even see out the window. The old Tim Hortons building there, because in November last year I went viral for making a video there being like, oh, my favourite coffee shop shut down, and I didn't know about it, and for some reason got like 100k views. I think it did. I think it hit 100k. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm sure it was my first 100k video. It just blew up. It just went nuts for some reason. So I've just sort of researched that, being like, can't believe that one time I went viral for talking about this coffee shop. It's the most stupidest thing to go viral for. I've just got me petrol, which cost me £37. Yay. I'm used to paying between 25 and 30, just for context of that. But then again, my tank was nearly empty, so I need to get something to eat. Whether I go to Nando's or not, I don't know. Then I think I'm going to go to Penshire. Then I'm going to see what time it is, because obviously I want to be in Kiel Square in enough time for Greg James and all the Radio 1 stuff. Right, I'm at Harrington Park. Believe it or not, I've been outside. I've had a walk. And I've been swarmed by bees the entire time. And I think it's because of the hat. I took the hat off. It still kept happening. But yeah, it's quite busy. There's a lot of dog walkers, a lot of kids. And I felt a bit weird filming. So I think I'm going to come back one morning, a bit early or something, when less people are here. It's a bit cooler. It's absolutely sweltering in this car. I'm not going to stay and talk for long. But they've got all the sort of workmen out at the minute, prepping for big weekend. And that's really exciting. So yeah. I feel like my energy's depleting a little bit. I think I might go home for a little bit, do some more planning. Because I've started posting the sort of Stadium of Light stuff. Just I'm sort of sprinkling it in. It seems to be doing okay right now. Yeah, fuck me, it's too hot in this car. I'm back out. I've been home. I've had a hot chocolate, I've had a bit of a chill for about 90 minutes. But it's 3 o'clock now. So I've just gone and got my Amazon parcel that I needed. I'm going to nip into Holland and Barrett. I don't know why I've put this jacket back on. I'm actually still quite warm. It was cool in the flat, to be fair. I wasn't exactly going to put the heating on when it's quite warm outside. So yeah, I need to get my Holland and Barrett thing. And then I'm going to go and see what's going on at Kiel Square. If anything's going on yet. Because when I drove past this morning, there was nothing there. Obviously things could have been set up over lunchtime, I suppose, or now. I don't want to expect any Radio 1 people to be there yet, because I'm quite early. It's meant to be like estimated at about 5 o'clock this is all happening, so I'm just getting there early in case there's a crowd, because I want to be able to see and make it worthwhile being there, so.
The people of Sunderland are lined up, they've got their phones out, they're filming, they've got their signs, they're waving. Hello, Sunderland!
Hello!
Almost broken, but not quite. Almost this week here, and my niece here is here, and there's so many people here, and I'm overwhelmed and I'm knackered. Oh, what a day that was. I didn't think this would come, this place.
Has this been the hardest day?
Yes. Yes, I don't know how that's happened. I don't know how I'm in Sunderland. That is ridiculous.
You've come from Weymouth to Sunderland, that's mad.
It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't even know. I don't know anymore about him. I feel so completely drained.
I'm home now. I've just made a pizza and I'm just chilling. So at the end of all of that Radio 1 stuff, so Beth come down and Greg came out and started talking to everybody and he recognised me. He looked at me and he went, hang on, music. I recognise your face. I love him. It is nice, to be fair, that clearly our conversation a couple of months ago was that meaningful that he remembered me. And yeah, he was just asking about my music stuff. So I was telling him about the new song coming out next week and things. And he asked me about Big Weekend and about performing. And I was like, that didn't happen. But I'm going to Big Weekend either way. And he was like, oh, buzzing, yeah. We got a pick. And that was that. So yeah, eventful day. I'm going to chill now, watch some telly, have a hot chocolate. That's me done for the day. Good morning from Sunderland, again from town. Radio 1 was back for like an hour or so this morning as Greg set off for his next day on his challenge. As you will have just seen, I'm very tired. I've been up since about 6:30. I wasn't originally going to go down to have a look at this, but I had the radio on and they were talking about doing all these challenges and stuff. It's like, oh, if you raise a certain amount of money, then so-and-so is going to dress up as, you know, like say Keith or someone's going to dress up like Hacker the dog and get on the bike and stuff. So they were just, I thought maybe there'd be more going on, so I thought, I'll come down, see them off. Saw Jamie Lang today. I didn't want to go and talk. To be honest, I probably looked a bit odd. I'm really tired. I feel like I was just staring, but it's just because I was tired. I probably looked a bit odd, but it's alright. But to be honest, no offence to him, I completely get it. He looked a little bit like a lost puppy because they had probably maximum 10 minutes left until they had to leave, and no one could tell this poor man where he needed to be, so he was stood with his bag just like, please someone tell me, where do I need to go, what's happening? I really didn't want to bother him, so I was like, I get it, if he's stressed, he's at work, he's stressed, he's got a long day. I'm not going to be that person that's like shoving a camera in his face or like going over and whatever. And you know, credit, there were people that did, and you know, each to their own. And he was lovely to everybody, obviously, but I didn't want to be that person. Maybe there'll be a time and place where I can meet him again at another point, probably, I would assume. But it was nice to see him anyway, because I genuinely, like, in the car when I'm at work and stuff, or just out and about, I genuinely do listen to his podcast, when I'm not listening to Radio 1, obviously. It's currently 9:20. As I said, I've been up since about 6:30. I feel like I need some breakfast, but I also then don't know what I want for my breakfast, because I can make eggs at home, that's about it. Because going out for breakfast for me is quite difficult with the lactose intolerance, because dairy is involved a lot in breakfast foods, especially breakfast foods that I like. So my only sort of treat meal would be like a McMuffin or something. So I don't know, I might just go make some scrambled egg. I might go and make scrambled egg. I'm home. I've just had my breakfast. I've got my vitamin over there. I've got Radio 1 on just in the background. I've got it quiet because obviously I'm filming. But I just want to talk a little bit more about yesterday. Just in general about Greg James, actually. Because I hear a lot of opinions of musicians trying to make it nowadays, and they're all like, oh, well, getting on something like BBC Radio or having any connections in the industry that way is useless because you get played once and then you don't get any extra listeners, or, you know, nothing actually comes of it and all this kind of stuff. And I can't lie, I disagree. I do disagree with it. I think, yes, you can very easily go viral on TikTok, but having industry connections in more traditional forms of media isn't useless. You know what I mean? And I just want to talk about Greg James and his kindness and everything that's sort of gone on in the last couple of months. So, the first time I met him, if you hadn't seen the video I posted about it a few weeks ago now, maybe a month ago, I had a very organic conversation with him where he came over to me and said hello. And he asked what I did for a job. And I mentioned about being a musician. And he took such a genuine interest in it, which was nice. It wasn't just like when sometimes if you meet a celeb or whatever and it's sort of like a quick conversation, a quick photo, thanks, bye kind of thing. Or like they're pretending to have an interest and stuff, that you could tell that he was genuine and he wanted to just talk to people and get to know people and things. It was nice. He was the one that brought up Big Weekend. As I say, as much as I've been online going, I want to play it. I know it's not happening, but just for the purpose of the story. He was the one that brought that up about Big Weekend and about, we really want local artists and stuff. I'm going to connect you and I'm going to make the effort to do this thing for you, despite never hearing your music. So you could be utter shite. I like talking to you, sort of thing. And it was nice. And I was very appreciative of it. So I think because of Greg James, I must have made some sort of long list for Big Weekend and then wasn't picked to do the short list and then get on the festival, which is fine. I'm not bitter about that. There'll be a time and a place for me to do that festival at some point in the future. I'm sure of it. But when I met Greg again yesterday, he recognised me straight away. I know I sort of briefly mentioned it last night, but I wanted to just talk about it more. It was nice because he come straight over to me and he was like, wait, hang on. Music. I recognise your face. Like, he knew, he remembered. And, I find it sometimes, celebrities, you might meet them again and stuff and they might, because things are fleeting, people don't always remember, but the conversation I had with him must have been impactful enough to where, like, we've met again and he's remembered, you know what I mean? And he was genuinely asking about it, being like, so what's going on with it? Are you playing any shows? Are you doing any, what's going on with your music? Like, what's happening? Give me updates. So I was telling him, obviously, about Saboteur. Obviously, I've not actually, I've mentioned the release date in the vlog, obviously being next Friday, / it'd be this Friday when you see this video. I've mentioned it on the vlogs and stuff because I know that not a lot of people watch the vlogs, so it's almost like a little bit of an exclusive. I haven't announced it officially on Hollywood, like my main channels for the music. So it was nice to be able to speak to him about it, and I was like, I'm going to Big Weekend either way. I'm not playing Big Weekend, but, I was with Beth as well. Beth come down just as he was going around meeting people. So Beth got to meet him as well. He was like, brilliant, I'm really glad that you're going and all this. It's like, let's get an updated photo and hopefully I'll see you again and all this kind of stuff. It was lovely. He's he's a genuinely lovely man. And I think, I'm hoping there will come a point where my music does well enough to where I can be in a studio with him and we can talk and be like, do you remember back in Sunderland when I had 15 monthly listens on Spotify and you believed in me? That would be a really lovely full circle moment at some point. I don't know. I have a lot of respect for him. I have a lot of respect for radio and traditional media, to be honest with you. I think it is kind of dying out a little bit because of social media, but I think the last few times I've gotten to see all the Radio 1 stuff in when it's been in town and things, seeing the fact that it still has an audience, especially with younger people, because you don't hear of a lot of younger people that do listen to radio, but you think of it in a lot of workplaces, the radio's on in the background, people do listen to it, and you feel like, I think this is why podcasts take off as well. I know everybody goes, not everybody needs a podcast, and I've made that joke before. And I think that's why YouTube took off in the early days and vlogs and stuff. It's about human connection. It's about feeling like you're in a room with somebody because somebody's just talking to you and we're just chilling out, we're listening to music and we're just having a conversation. And community and conversation is so important for human beings. And which probably sounds so basic and so whatever, obviously, but it is, because if you are somebody who is very isolated or very lonely, I spend a lot of time on my own because my work requires me being on my own a lot of the time. Beth is a very busy woman. I don't expect her to, cancel stuff that's important for her career. And a lot of my friends are not in Sunderland, so that just is what it is. And, listening to things like radio and YouTube and podcasts and stuff, it does provide a sense of company. And I think that is important. And, I don't remember if I mentioned this yesterday. So I got interviewed by the BBC. And I have no idea where the footage is going. I don't know if it was getting filmed for the news, the One show, or the actual Comic Relief show. Because obviously they've been filming Greg's entire journey, professionally. I think it might be going in the film for this challenge that they're going to play in Comic Relief. They came over with a camera and a big mic and went, do you want to be interviewed? And I went, sure. Because I was always taught as a freelancer, as a self-employed person, if somebody just gives you an opportunity, just say yes, because you never know. So I was like, sure, why not? I'll do it. Deal with the nerves and the anxiety and the stress after the fact. Just go with it, see what happens. You never know, do you? I completely forgot the point of why I mentioned it. Why did I even mention that? So Beth's just finished work and she's just rang me and was like, do you want to meet me in town to get a German doner kebab. Of course I want to meet you in town and get a German doner kebab. Absolutely. I'm obsessed with them in the minute. I think since I've been lactose intolerant and I can't have pizza anymore. Well, takeaway pizza. I make my own pizzas because it's got my lactose-free stuff. But since I can't get takeaway pizzas anymore, or like cheesy chips and stuff like that, I've really got into kebabs. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Happy Friday. Excuse the fucking state of me at the minute. I'm about to get in the shower, but Greg James has just finished his Radio 1 challenge. And I said I'd never cry on the internet again, but I have just been crying. He managed to raise £4 million, which is unbelievable. And I think I'm emotional. I've been emotional all morning because Matt and Molly have made me emotional in the last hour as well. Just talking about just comic relief in general and things. And I think I'm so emotional, not just because it's a charitable thing or whatever, but like because stuff like this, the world feels like a scary shit place right now. And there aren't a lot of beacons of hope. Why is Beth ringing me? Right, sorry, I'm back. She is having problems at the bank. Anyway. Yeah, I think what it is, it's just there aren't very many beacons of hope at the minute. Everything feels shitty. And, like, there's so much division and so much just shouting and arguing. And hate is a very loud thing, I think. And stuff like this shows that there's still good people and hope in the world and community and people that just give a shit about each other, and it's lovely. And that's why I'm emotional, because I'm sick of seeing the fucking manosphere, far-right bullshit, Nigel Farage, Donald Trump, ICE, all this shit. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking, like, I hate war, I hate conflict, I hate oppression, which all seems very fucking normal, and it should be normal to hate those things. Yeah, I'm very emotional because it's just nice to see good people and good-spirited people and good-hearted people doing the right thing and being there for each other. And I don't know how the fuck he's done this. 100,000, no, not 100,000, what am I talking about? 1,000 kilometres on a tandem bike. Oh, I can't even be out. Like, how the, okay. Why is Beth ringing me again? Right, I'm showered. I've washed my hair. It's nice and fluffy. I need to eat. And then I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of my day. I feel like I need to work, but then I also need to do creative stuff. I've got so much going on. I'm just trying to figure out the best way of planning all my time. Stressed. We'll get there. We're alright. I've got a week until Saboteur is out. Yeah, fuck. Oh, I've got content I still need to film. I still need to go back to Penshire in Harrington Park. I haven't done that yet. I didn't end up doing that yesterday. I was so tired yesterday, you know. I feel a lot better today in terms of sleep. I feel good in myself after showering and washing my hair. My hair was desperate for it. I need a vitamin. I haven't even had my vitamin yet, and it's 23 minutes past 12. So, that's great. The one thing that actually gives me energy and gives me a boost, I've not had. Yeah, it's been an eventful morning listening to the radio. Anyway, I've said everything I need to say about that, I think, for now. Hello, it is Sunday evening. I haven't filmed all weekend, and sorry, not sorry, I don't even know if I actually feel sorry about that. This weekend, what have I done? What have I been up? Fucking hell. I don't know if I've mentioned this in the vlog. This is really random. This isn't what I was going to talk about. But I've done something to my little finger. I don't know if you can tell that that is quite swollen. So I'll show you that finger first. This is my other little finger. The normal one. I don't know what the hell I've done to it. But it's been like this for maybe a week or two. Maybe, probably about a week now. It started getting better. And then it suddenly just got worse. I don't know what the hell I've done to it, but I've started getting like sharp pains in it again. And it's starting to swell again. Beth thinks I might have broken it. I don't know. Maybe I should get that checked out. I don't know. So this weekend I've done some DIY. I got these new little, they're almost like wedges. This is such a boring adult thing to talk about. So in my drawers in the bedroom, the bottom slat thing, the bottom bit that you put your stuff on, the wood keeps bending in the middle. So I ordered these little wedges that you slot into it basically to screw it in so that it stops bending and stops dipping. I've been fixing them into my drawers basically. And I finally hammered the back of my wardrobe onto my actual wardrobe. Because the back of the wardrobe, if you've ever noticed me filming in the kitchen, there's the big brown board that's that was next to the bin. That was the back of my wardrobe. Because when I originally got my wardrobe ages ago, I didn't have a hammer. So I never hammered it on. And I bought a hammer maybe about a year ago now when I bought all of the furniture that's in this room, and for some reason just didn't hammer that on. I don't know why I never did it, so I just did it yesterday because I was already doing DIY in the bedroom anyway, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll just hammer that on now. So that's a random job that I put off for about a year and a half. Done. And today was the Tyne and Wear derby. And I very much debated whether or not I was going to post anything on TikTok this time around, because if you've come here from my main channel, you'll know about it. But when it was Sunderland home in December for the Tyne and Wear derby, I got slated to hell about posting about it. And I debated whether or not to do it again, because I was like, as much as I can handle it, I don't give a shit. It was like, don't want to spend all day getting notifications about people being misogynistic towards me or homophobic. Can I be arsed with that today? I did it anyway. Sunderland won, for the record, 2-1 at St James's, so that's even more embarrassing for the Geordies. I don't feel like football's that deep. I talk about it sometimes when it's like big events on, or like the derby and all that kind of stuff. Like even when like Sunderland get promoted and stuff, I might talk about it then. I'm not somebody who posts a lot about football, because I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world about it, and I'm somebody who sort of watches it casually. I don't find it like something that's too deep for me, to be honest with you. So yeah, I just kind of talk about it in the big moments. And also because I'm not a rage baiter, but I love to rage bait Geordies, because it's like that kid in school who will just get teased all the time because they always bite. It's like, if you don't bite, no one's going to tease you. So it's one of them. I never do anything nasty, but it's like harmless fun, and it's rivalries. That's how it should be. It should just be banter. And that's what I give out. I give out banter, and people get offended to the point where they tell me that there's a reason. What was it? What was the comment I had about it? Something about that's the reason why like women shouldn't be allowed to watch football or something. I don't know. There was something really fucking misogynistic. If I find it, I'll put the comment there. It was in the other video. But anyway, we won that. I've had a really up and down day today, to be honest. I think I'm going to be very honest. I don't even give a shit. I'm very hormonal today. It shouldn't be taboo to talk about this, by the way. It fucking happens. I've been so up and down. I've been like really happy and then crying my eyes out, and then really happy again, then crying my eyes out. And tonight, I had work tonight, and I really did not want to go, because I was just like, I just feel like I'm going to sob at any given moment. I went anyway, and I got there just to be turned away and sent home. Paid, but I've got the night off. It's hard to explain why without giving away what I do for a job. But yeah, buzzing. That is the best outcome. So I've literally come home, I've made Cajun pasta, I've just had a shower, and now I'm filming this because I'm going to edit the vlog tonight so that I can have a little bit of a lie-in tomorrow morning. So I don't have to get up at like 7 o'clock to start it, so that it can get uploaded by tomorrow evening. Buzzing. I'm going to go so I can get this edited. Thank you for watching, and it's going to be a really, really big week next week. Because, well, this week for you, because of the Saboteur release. I just had a notification today as well about Spotify having been given the release from my distributor. Finally, because this is why I don't always have pre-save links, by the way, until maybe like 3 days before. It's because of my distributor. Basically, the option is I can either pay £40 when I send them a song to get a pre-save link basically straight away, or I can not pay £40 and then I'll get it like maybe a few days before or a week before or something. And I think for me, it's one of them where my fan base is quite small anyway. I don't know how many people would want to pre-save. So whilst it's kind of like, don't know if that 40 quid's worth it, because I'm definitely not going to get 40 quid back. Yeah, just don't pay it. Basically, I might have a pre-save link. By the time you watch this, maybe. I don't know. If not, I will post in the community group on this page, which look out for them. I do like the odd little text posts and stuff on here. I'll also post about it on my other social medias. Saboteur is almost out. Beth and I were talking earlier as well about potentially going and celebrating it on Friday as well. So I may film bits of that, might not, don't know. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching this week. Been a very eventful one, and it's been nice to be back this week actually. I know I took yesterday off, I didn't film Monday, but overall it's been quite nice, and I think I needed it this week, you know, having something creative to focus on or to do, like all the Radio 1 stuff. It properly, like, it elates my mood so much. I spoke about this on TikTok. I always, at the minute, like, feel really unmotivated or really, like, fatigued, and I always feel like I must be dying or something. Like, I worry that it's, like, a health reason that I feel that way. But I actually think I'm not doing enough of the stuff that fulfills me. I'm not doing enough creative things that are exciting me, so I feel like I'm just constantly bored, and that's probably leading to not being motivated and fatigue, essentially. And sorry, I'm using my laptop as the light. Yeah, I think I need to fill my days with more stuff like that, because I mean, not that Radio 1's gonna be in Sunderland every week, so I'm just going to chat to Greg James all the time, but like, it really made me weak. I won't lie. And yeah, I think I need to fill my weeks more with creative things and trying to do projects and connect with more creative people and stuff like that. I need to, for my own mental health, because if I'm just stuck in the same pattern of just doing my day job all the time, it's depressing the hell out of me. I won't lie, it's depressing. I can't wait for the day that this all takes off, really, to be honest. Because I'm deluded enough to think that it will. So, watch it never. Now that I've said that. Well, you never know. You never know. Okay, I am actually going to go. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next week. Farewell.